2/10. Mrs. Knox gave me this really nice journal, and I don't want to be rude and not use it. She told me and Mom that I should probably see a therapist, but we don't have the money for that right at the moment. All of my spare cash is prepping for when Harriet pops. Any day now. Harriet's been living with me and my mom after her folks kicked her out. I'm really trying to be excited for the baby, but it's really hard right now. I lost Malachi, Clayton, and Ben 2 weeks ago, and now Sean is dead. I hate this place. The drugs that seem to be constantly floating around, the gangs that want to snatch members left and right, and the cops that can't seem to hit the right people. I don't want our baby girl to grow up in this place. 2/14. It happened. The doctor was wrong, though. We had a baby boy. We were going to name the girl Daisy, but personally, I don't think that fits our little angel. Harriet thinks we should name him Alan after her dad, but I want to name him Sean or Malachi. But Harriet says we shouldn't name our son after some thugs. But she doesn't understand. They weren't thugs. Sean didn't do anything other than be black, and Malachi was a good guy. He was just sick and got caught up in things he wasn't able to handle. I don't think I can be with Harriet anymore. She doesn't seem to grasp where we are. She wants to stay here and raise our little angel in this horrible neighborhood. I think if I keep working hard, I can get us into a nice place where he doesn't have to grow up like we did. I'm not bitching. I know we have pretty good despite where I am, but I want to give him all the opportunities I didn't get. I want to go to school and get a good job. I'll pay for fancy private schools with that job, and he'll grow up in a house, not a crappy apartment, and I'll pay for doctor's visits and a therapist if he ever needs one. If he wants to dance, I'll pay for dance classes, and if he wants to play an instrument, I'll pay for private lessons and all that jazz. I'm going to make sure he can do and be whatever he wants and never feels trapped. I wonder what Harriet will think about the name Angel. 2/15. His name is Ezekiel. 6/20. I haven't written in a while because I didn't feel like I needed it until now. But I finally ended up ending things with Harriet. I couldn't take it anymore. She wants to leave and take Ezekiel with her, but I think I have enough saved to get a decent lawyer. I'm not losing him. I need to get him out of this place, but if she takes him, I won't be able to give him his best chance. That's all I want anymore. I don't care about anything but him. He is my life now. I don't want much for myself. I just want to protect him.
It's a magical, mystical time. It's anecdotal adventures.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of City of Mist Kingmakers. I'm your Master of Ceremonies, Ashley, and these are my players.
I'm Cassidy. I play Matthias, the Rift of Typhon.
Tele, and I play Adalaie, the Rift of Nemesis.
I'm Sonya, and I'm playing Emma, the Rift of Athena.
I'm Juno, and I play Jane, the Rift of Hera.
Hello, I'm Simon. I play Aron Frankels, whose Rift is King David.
I'm Celina. I play as Mara Galanis, the Rift of Hades.
And last time on Kingmakers, our parties split off from each other, one group going into the labyrinth, and another staying on Jasper and Adalaie transportation to head to the border the old-fashioned way. Well, in the city of Labyrinth, our party met with Madame Hui and Nikita, and they did favors for each of them, delivering soup or helping with medical rounds, respectively, while waiting to pass their trial, of which they bet themselves. And during all of this, Adalaie snooped around Alas's stuff, which Alas had left behind, and found a couple journal entries from the Fae Delta hidden within a old book about Fae. But we will pick back up this episode back in the labyrinth. With our characters sort of gathering, meeting back up after their favors for Madame Hui and Nikita are all finished.
Well, that went fucking great.
Matthias, you are currently dragging a rock that has gotten much, much, much heavier through the course of every step, getting a little bit heavier until finally even your super strength can't quite carry it anymore, and you have to kind of like push it.
We can make a little like glowing cart contraption to like push it.
Yeah. And even that is like heavy and slow to move because it's just weighing it down so much.
Right. It's a good way to test the weight limit of glowing material.
It is. It's science.
Big brain time. We're both just like, yes.
Science.
But eventually, you all meet back up at Madame Hui's hut. Soup delivered and medical rounds finished.
Clearly, I am not as much of a likable person as I originally thought I was.
What makes you say that? What happened?
Autumn smirks in the background in agreement.
I got kicked pretty hard.
Kick?
That one didn't feel great. Yeah.
Aren't we supposed to be like winning the favor of everyone in the town?
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have like gone.
It was one person, and everybody else seemed to be content. And we gave them soup, so like, they're like probably neutral. Maybe, I don't.
Also, you look exhausted. What's up with that? Aren't we going to like this trial soon?
Magic rock.
Yeah, the rock gets heavier. Lift it. Try and lift it.
She'll struggle for a minute and like just look at you with this quizzical gaze. Like, why would you even bother?
I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. Is there anything I can do to make it up to you? And she was like, yeah, take this rock around the whole city. I don't think that's really possible, but I've been doing my best. So I'll make sure I take it back to her, but even with a cart, I'm on the struggle bus.
I mean, I can try to help, but I don't know how much help I'll be.
Can you just catapult it back to the house?
Yeah, that's a great idea. I will yeet the rock I can barely lift.
It's a catapult. Catapults can do lots of ways.
Yeah, so let's lay siege to this person's house. She already doesn't like me, so why not?
Rock catapults would end very well for the house. Since it's a catapult.
Especially since it's a very heavy rock.
Did she say you had to do it all on your own?
No, she didn't specify much. She just said for me to carry it around the whole city and then back to her.
So are you going to try to take this back to her?
I'm gonna try, but first I gotta do a lap around the city, apparently, but I don't think I can do that.
Jane goes and like draws a rough sketch of the outline of the city and puts it on the floor. Does this count?
I walk the rock around the rough sketch.
I don't know. I'd say it counts.
And then I start taking the rock back to the first. Was it the first house that was like just around the corner?
Jane is gonna follow Matthias and make sure he doesn't hurt himself too much and try to heal him with her magic.
Matthias just kind of go slowly, one step at a time, carrying this very, very heavy rock. I mean, you guys have seen him throw, like, metal things effortlessly, and, like, super strength is one of his admitted powers. He's struggling with this. But you do manage to get to the doorstep, your back aching.
I do that.
The door opens up, revealing once again a short girl with rainbow-colored hair, who looks up at you. Oh, you're back!
Yeah, here's your charged rock.
Thanks! She picks it up with one hand. Puts it under, like she's hardly having any effort. And she kind of hefts it with her hand a bit, like weighing it. You don't like yourself a lot, do you?
Myself? I'm gonna turn and look at Jane, still right here.
Mm-hmm.
Not right now. Not particularly, no.
Well, the rock's charged by self-hatred, so thanks. I judged you right. And she closes the door.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna turn it straight to Jane. We speak nothing of that.
Oh, right, but I mean, given the circumstances, it's understandable, you know?
That doesn't mean we need to talk about it.
She'll just nod and, like, make sure he didn't strain his back too much because she knows we're gonna go into this giant trial thing.
But as you guys are walking away, she opens the door again. Oh, wait. Before you go. But doing me a favor, I don't want to owe you guys anything. So, you guys are what? Like, why are you guys here? What's your deal?
My son was kidnapped.
And you're here now to be transported to him, or a specific location? What's the...
Transported to him, yeah. Or a specific location where he is being held.
Okay, you should go talk to Marzi then.
What? Why?
Marzipan. You should go talk to her. If you really want some good help to get through your challenges, Marzi's your best bet. Especially if you haven't gotten word of what it is yet.
Oh. We'll head right over there.
And she will write down an address for you.
Do we want to... I'm going to turn to Jane and get the others before we head over there so I don't fuck things up again.
Probably, but, why don't you just wait here? I think it's closer. I'll go run and get them real quick. I think you need a break. Don't want to strain yourself too much.
Matthias looks you dead in the eyes and then takes off in a sprint.
Matthias! Jane will try to catch up to him. She'll be like, you know we're going into a trial, right?
I can run for a while if I'm not apparently holding the weight of my own self-hatred.
Wow.
You know, we weren't going to talk about this.
Not with the others.
And then they'll go all the way back to get everyone else.
Yeah. And the address is to some place called the Ivory Manor.
Knocks on door quickly.
Yeah. Let's like go to the place. I'm gonna like walk in and be like, so the little rainbow hair chick, she told us that we needed to go see someone named Marzipan, which I'm pretty sure is just a dessert, but whatever. Apparently we need to see them, and they'll help us. I don't know.
All right.
We have an address, so let's go.
Let's go.
Vamonos.
So you all take off toward the Ivory Manor, which is quite a distance from Madame Hue's house. It's on the outskirts of this city area. And it is a huge mansion.
Wow, this is big.
It has like gilded golden gate in front of it.
It's quite the opposite of a tiny little shack. That is.
Do they have like a doorbell?
No.
This is medieval
Is
times.
the gate
There's no
closed?
doorbell.
Yeah, closed and locked.
Hello.
Matthias will just like wave and be like, hello.
Miss Marzipan? Hello?
You're met with silence.
Matthias will sarcastically knock on the gate.
The gate swings open.
I'm a genius.
Interesting. Shall we go in?
Yay! More mysterious places.
And the door is similarly gilded in gold. It's a huge double door made out of like fine wood. There's a very well kept garden on the way in.
Somebody else want to knock and do the intro? No?
I'll knock. I knock on the door.
Okay. And about like halfway through your knock, the door opens to reveal a woman. She's very, very tall, not quite as tall as a canling, like human-sized tall, with pale white skin, black lines around her eyes, as well as this very extravagant makeup. She has golden lipstick, bluish green eyeshadow that comes to like a very stylized point. And he has this great gown that's blue and green and gold, and looks like it ends in a bunch of like peacock feathers.
Ooh.
And her hair is this brilliant blue that bleeds into sea green at the bottom of it. It's pretty long.
Hello there. We are people who are going to go through a trial, and we were told we should come talk to you for advice.
And she'll look you all up and down. You definitely feel like you're being assessed. There's a quick glance at each of you. Of
We were
course.
sent by the... What was her name? Does
The
anyone remember her name?
rainbow-haired woman sent us?
Yeah.
I don't really care who sent you. Please, come in there.
We go in.
Yeah.
Have you ever met someone and you think they're like classy metal? I'm like leaning over to Jane. Like this lady is like really metal, but she's also
Metal
super
and classy.
classy. Yeah, so classy.
And she leads you into this finely decorated manor, but unlike Madame Hue's place, which is a little on the small side and not so finely decorated on the inside, but it feels warm and lived in, Marzipan's house feels very sterile.
Jane will lean back over to Matthias and she'll be like, yeah, I know what you mean. Actually, if you met my mother, she's kind of like that, except a little bit more on the scary side.
So she's like a little bit more metal than classy, or is she a little bit more classy than metal?
More classy than metal, and it's like intimidating classy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
And she leads you into this sort of like sitting room area in the back of the house. It's like a screened-in porch that looks out over this huge crystalline lake.
That is quite an impressive view you have.
This place is freaking immaculate, dude.
Yes, I do pride myself in my home. It's interesting that anyone would send you to me. I'm not exactly a popular figure in the city.
Yeah. Well, we weren't given our challenge yet.
How long have you been waiting?
A day so far?
Around.
A little bit less than a day.
No. Must be something special in store for you. What did you do to get on the labyrinth's bad side?
She's just saying like, oh, you're all screwed.
Well, I heard it was because we
People
were
have
nice.
literally been saying that the whole time, that we got on its bad side and we're screwed. So excited. Yay.
How? I don't even know.
Maybe.
How long did she make you wait before you placed your bet?
Not long.
Interesting. That might have something to do with it then. Usually she doesn't answer challengers' responses until they're well and truly desperate.
Oh,
we were already.
Well,
yeah, we were already.
She immediately answered when I knocked on the door, so...
Doesn't bode well. What brings you to the labyrinth? You certainly don't seem like the folk to have wandered in accidentally.
We need to instantaneously get to my son, who was kidnapped, and now I have his finger in a box.
yep.
How interesting. Why did they send you to me specifically?
They said you could help.
Yeah, they said you could help. I mentioned my son, and they were like, "Oh, Marzipan or Mars? What would you like us to call you?"
Marzi for short.
And they were like, "Marzi can help," and then it's also because you would be helpful because we didn't know what our challenge was yet.
Yes,
And I carried a rock.
I see. Well, generally, the longer the labyrinth makes you wait to give you the details on the trial, the more elaborate the trial tends to be. So you'll probably have more than one part in your trial. They'll make you do more than one thing.
How often do people usually have to wait before they get the details for the trial?
Usually they get it right after they make the bet.
Oh, that's.
I mean, like for people who don't get it immediately after they make the bet.
It depends. You've certainly one of the records usually doesn't wait almost 24 hours. Must be planning something big for you guys.
Oh boy.
It might bode well if you're spending more time in the city and the trial has something to do with here. And simultaneously it might not, because it could be that she is simply taking the time to get to know you all.
Yes.
Well, that is quite worrisome.
Yeah, that one
Generally,
was
yes.
mentioned. And I feel like I've shown my cards far too many times while we've been here.
He's just
So,
an open person.
To accurately
not
predict
necessarily
the
a bad thing.
trials she'd give you, I need to ascertain a little bit more about you all.
Maybe it's just we gotta lug a rock.
So, general questions. Would you consider yourself violent people?
Violent?
Wild?
No.
Oh.
Are you averse to it, though? Do you not like the sight of blood?
Oh boy, is she gonna make us fight then?
Yeah, it makes me-
Background. Most likely, maybe a little bit. Why?
Okay.
Yeah, it makes me puke.
Okay. And have you expressed these concerns beforehand? About the
Oh, we
city?
expressed it now.
She can't ascertain anything within my home.
That's good to know.
Oh.
It's my territory. She owns the labyrinth. I own the Ivory Manor.
Good to know.
I'm gonna lean back to Jane. She's even more metal now.
I have to agree with you there.
So if we pretend to like
That was
Like-
pretty epic.
violence outside of your house, would that change what trial we get?
You could try to manipulate it, but I'm
Pretty smart.
pretty smart. And
Okay.
if you were in the labyrinth for a short while before you were here, not omnipotent. She's not all-knowing, so she probably didn't ascertain everything about you, especially if you were only in the halls for a short amount of time.
She lied.
Yeah.
She lied.
But she does know a certain amount of information about you all. Probably your character is the first thing she'd try to ascertain. Whether or not you're a good person. Whether you do favors to people without much asking in return.
Yeah, we did the favors thing.
Yeah, we did those.
Oh, you've already been to the Madame's place then.
That's the first place we
Yeah.
were sent.
Then yes, that would be her goal. She usually sends people she wants examined to Madame Hui's.
Oh boy.
So she's taking her sweet time with you and being very thorough.
So it
He
basically
really wants to ruin us.
how she can gain information about us.
Yes, exactly.
So everyone, don't show anything like vulnerable about your character. We should be okay.
Looks at
Don't say any
Matthias.
secrets outside of the manor.
Uh,
Looks at Matthias.
Why are we all looking at Matthias?
I'm
but-
not a great person, okay? So can we all just like...
But as you guys are looking at Matthias, you would notice that, because Catalina stands vaguely near Matthias at almost all times, Catalina has not said a word since you guys come in. She just has her eyes fixated on Marzipan, like she's entranced.
On Mars, what?
Marzipan.
Catalina, are you alright? Jane will kind of poke her a bit.
Oh, yeah, I'm fine.
You were
I know she's
staring
pretty,
kind of
but, like-
intently.
And Marzi laughs. Why, thank you. I do try to be immaculate in the forms I choose as much as my home I keep.
You wouldn't happen
Would
to
you
be a
happen to
fae,
be
would
Fae?
you?
I'm the only one in the labyrinth, yes.
And you're not bound to...
Heavens, no. I escaped here long before I met with that fae.
Ooh.
And how would you rate yourself on the, like, I'm horrible, I
Goodness
kidnap
scale.
children, to the, I'm like, in the middle, like, I'm pretty good, I wouldn't kick a puppy if the puppy was there. And then, like, oh, I'm great, I spend all of my free time rescuing puppies that someone would probably not kick.
It was a very
We're on that-
specific... I'm no
Is this
saint, but I wouldn't exactly consider myself evil.
Would you kick a puppy?
Did you kick a puppy?
Generally, no.
Would you just kick, like, if the puppy was, like, in your way, would you kick it?
Why would you do that? I can fly.
I don't know.
I don't need to kick a puppy. I can fly over the puppy.
What if the puppy
Okay,
is
but what about, like-
crawling and still getting in
Yeah.
front of you?
What if
about,
the
like,
puppy was a
flying puppy?
human?
What if the puppy was
I might kick a human person.
I'm like, well, wouldn't we all at least, aren't some people who'd all like...
Okay, well, to be
Mind that
some humans do deserve that, so.
Yeah, but okay, here's a more important question. Do you think that the enslavement of humanity is okay?
Do I think that the creation of the Solbana was okay, or their subsequent enslavement? I think those are two different questions.
Enslavement.
They're
In
enslaved.
general, of any race.
Yeah.
Was never too fond of the slavery thing, but probably not for the moral reasons you're coming up with. It was more of an intellectual, this is gonna end badly decision, and I was right, so I told you so.
Okay.
So we'll keep you in mind.
We'll keep you in mind.
Okay. But, other things you might need to know for your trial. I'd get over that fear of blood thing really quick. If you've been doing nothing but favors to Madame Play since you got to the city, your character's been already kind of ascertained as relatively good, so she'll probably try to make you do a trial that stretches your moral code.
Oh, God.
Like
Challenge.
having to kill.
Challenges
Yeah,
you in a moral
I'm
way.
Well, you
I'm
guys
not
all
gonna
have fun. I'll be stuck here
lie.
to over soup for the next one.
Are we gonna do that train one where the train trolley goes in between one track or the other.
But
It's
they're
either like a
magic
babe or an old woman.
But it's also important.
Though.
What she hasn't tested is important too. How intelligent would you say you all are?
Looks at Emma.
I like reading books. a lot.
Depends on the day. For her, but for me,
What?
I'd say I'm
As a
brilliant.
group, how intelligent are you right now?
I'd say we're fairly intelligent.
Depends on what topic. We're talking about the fantasy world we just got teleported to. Not really.
That is true.
We're talking
Base
about the
intelligence.
history of our world.
All of us were college students, so that puts us like slightly above average. Except for me and Ryan. I don't really know about Ryan's grades, but half of us being in college was because we run slightly faster than average.
Woo!
I think you run more than slightly faster than average.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if you need any information about aquatic ancient arthropods, I'm like, I know surprisingly
I'm not
useful
talking
things.
about your knowledge. I'm talking about your intelligence. How good you are at solving problems.
Am I saying?
Looks at Mattie.
The fact that you all just were silent and kind of snickered and then looked at one of your group members tells me nothing good.
I didn't look at anybody.
I'm not like the best problem solver, but I get shit done when it needs to be.
Okay, and you have a familiar, yes? So,
if the
a
problem
fake
involves
companion.
reading something.
Did Labyrinth specify whether she was treating your companion as a separate entity?
She did say that.
She did say that.
Interesting. How did you react to that?
We agreed that she's her own person.
Interesting. Good to know.
Oh, she's gonna make us like. Oh God.
I'm gonna turn to Catalina. I feel like this might have something like a large portion to do with you. I apologize in advance.
Yeah, don't get me killed and we're good.
Yeah, but the thing is like, you seem to be a little bit more okay with the I give orders and you listen, the part that I'm okay with. You seem to be like, with that, and I'm not kind of like...
I've been like this for centuries. You have time to get over it, so I mean...
I'm not gonna
get over
it.
It might help if we put on an act.
You're nice, Matthias. You're a real nice guy.
Yeah, now I'm like really stressing out because I don't want to be put in a situation where I've got to do something like that.
We're gonna be forced to do something with her, definitely.
The point of her trials is to challenge you. Unless you've impressed her some way, in some form, while during your stay in the Labyrinthium.
How do we impress her? What impresses her?
It depends.
Murdering someone?
Well, moving rocks or delivering soup do it.
She doesn't like
The
kind-hearted people. She's not
amount of self-loathing that I apparently carried.
What do you mean?
Nothing, it's not important.
Hold on, wait. What is it that you don't like?
What about self-loathing?
I'm just not a great person, okay?
Matthias.
Catalina looks you dead in the eyes. That is a lie. Bald-faced lie.
Oh.
Reassuring pat on shoulder.
Say it. You're a good person. Say it out loud.
Say it.
I'm a bad person.
No!
A good person.
Max
I'm
Matthias
also
in the back
really
of the head.
stubborn, so...
Do you
good
want
luck.
more glowing javelins?
You're the
Say something nice
person.
about yourself, or no more glowing
Sometimes
Yeah, you want your metal javelins to return to you? You'll believe you're a good person. I'm putting a price on my service now.
Do you want me to glowing javelins? Say something nice about yourself.
Mattie,
Catalina
you're a
gives
good
you a high
person.
five, Aaron.
Yeah.
I have to say...
Right
I
now.
run
Out
real
loud,
pretty fast.
like you believe it.
You
No,
have to
say,
really feel
I'm
it.
a
really
good
fast.
person. You have to say that.
I'm like an okay person.
No, repeat after me. I'm a good person.
Go work
I'm
on it.
okay.
Good father.
No! Good person, Matthias!
But I'm a good person. Yeah.
You did not sound like you believed that. We'll come back
Say
to
it
this. We'll
like you
circle
mean
back.
it.
Yeah, we'll be back to this. At this point, I had like entire like glowing glasses, like just like looking at dress. Little like props set up with just like say you're a good person. Little table, chairs, lights, all glowing, so it doesn't make any sense.
Well, you are certainly all interesting people.
Jane will
Word.
look at the glowing things and she's like, hey, I wonder if that basket's still up.
Yeah, wait a second.
We never got to time it.
I mean, it's 0 time here, so.
Okay, I have a plan. Aron, you should make me a bracelet. When we get up and my watch works.
We're in the middle of another conversation where we started talking about this. Let's go circle back to that real quick.
Hey, I wonder,
Yeah.
Aron, since time doesn't really pass in here, is everything you create in here permanent?
I
Did
don't
you just
know.
create
I don't
permanent
know.
table and chairs?
How am I supposed to know?
They're quite garish. I hope they're not permanent.
We'll take them when we leave.
Thank you very much.
It's a terrible-
So it's essentially what haven't we revealed to the labyrinth?
Yes. Generally, if she takes her time, she'll split her trial into parts. Things she hasn't tested and things she has.
Ooh. Oh boy, we gotta go through multiple parts.
So she knows where we stand morally for the majority of us.
And she knows what you think about yourself, I'm assuming.
So she'll take
Actually,
whatever she
have we
doesn't
mentioned
know.
the agreement that we're not allowed to go through each other's minds? Does
So
she,
she
like,
thinks-
if she knew about that, she'd use that against us?
She doesn't
Not
know
mentioned.
about
I
our
bet she
powers.
would.
I don't think she
Let's
knows
not
about all of
mention
our
that.
powers.
We haven't made that agreement and starting to make us mess with our mind stuff. I imagine she.
We have talked about our powers.
Not all of them.
Yeah, we've talked about how I'm strong, but
Yeah,
I
we
think
talked
that's
about
all.
your powers, but I don't think we talked about yours, Emma.
We mentioned a tiny bit, I think.
No.
Yeah, when.
I can try to
Let's
answer any questions
avoid.
you have.
Let's avoid
So
talking about our powers.
while we're
now.
in our trials, should we try to not show her anything more about ourselves so that she isn't able to?
Poker faces?
I'd suggest you be on your guard, yes. But I'm going to make an assumption and say that the labyrinth has been doing this much longer than you've been doing anything you've ever done.
Oh boy.
She's a little more experienced at
She's
this show and rodeo.
Judging by the way she blinked, that probably means they're like that, which means they got like.
Yes, she's very intelligent, I should say. A good planner. It's
Oh,
why
boy.
she can seem omniscient to people, because she's very intelligent.
Really good at guessing.
She can make good guesses, I guess. It also helps that she does generally, if she concentrates, have the power to read minds.
Wait,
Oh.
that would make it easier.
Does she have a mind?
I mean, yes, she has a body too.
Read her mind back to assert your dominance.
Is it possible for someone to read her mind?
If you could find her body, but she generally chooses not to make public appearances.
But we do know that she visits Madam sometimes.
Usually using one of her other forms.
If they're long enough, we might
He-
encounter her.
Owns people that lose.
Ooh.
So she can take control of them like sock puppets, you might imagine. So yes, she does go visit Madame High, but never as herself. She's quite flashy in real form, you'd be able to pick her out.
Alright, so I'd have to actually find her real body to read her mind.
Yes, we're not exactly subtle.
So how does that, like, is she like a mist demon thing in someone's mind? How does she do that?
What do you mean? Like, how does she read minds?
No, like, how does she control people through their minds? Does she, like, do they remember that they were controlled?
It's people who bet themselves to her
Wait.
that have lost.
Oh, so they don't have minds anymore, she just controls their bodies.
Occasionally they have minds, it depends on what she wants.
We can't
Anything
afford to
that
do so.
is part of the labyrinth is part of her.
We should have bet our titles. We could have done without those.
What titles? Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. Why don't you just use that to be like, you there, random person, you're now in charge.
She only gets to nominate people. We don't have the power to select one specifically and make them in charge right now.
In our different forms, and that probably wouldn't end well for anyone involved.
What are you all talking about?
We're what's called Kingmakers.
Which she knows.
Which is
Labyrinth
why
knows.
we discussed your
That
oral.
might explain why she's taking so long on you.
Oh boy.
She thinks you would be useful, which is worse than her disliking you.
Oh boy.
If she disliked you, she'd make the game unfair. She'd weigh the challenge unevenly. But if she wants something from you, she'll cheat to get it.
Oh, god dang.
No.
More specifically, because she never sets down solid rules to her challenges. This is a useful hint
So
you might find, is that there will be a goal that you must get to win your challenges. That's for sure. But there will be a million ways to get there. She won't give you any advice. Once you get the ground rules, you're on your own.
And so if we find a loophole through it?
Loopholes.
You said she sets down ground rules and then cheats by like finding loopholes.
Again,
right?
she's been doing this a long time. There aren't that many loopholes in what she says, and generally the challenges are built to be very simple on the surface, so it doesn't look like there are any anyway.
Like get to this location.
Get to this location, do this thing, solve this puzzle, various things like that.
Alright.
Do you mean cheating? Do you is this kind of like minor thing to making the game absolutely never even like physically like?
No, I mean
she's going to move that thing we have to reach to the other side once we reach.
She'd interfere personally. Her powers, while she's in the labyrinth, are exceedingly powerful.
Will that range from like minor annoyances to flat out making it like impossible?
If she interferes, it will likely be pushing her influence onto you all, which will make it more difficult to think rationally.
Oh, that does not sound pleasant. I was
Emma?
kind of fun. No.
What if we did the whole mind hand-holding thing again before we started the challenges?
Yeah.
You can keep everyone's rational thoughts in check, and I can keep your emotional ones.
Yeah, unless she goes to me first. That would be interesting. That could actually help us know if one of us got messed with.
Would everyone be okay with that? I mean, we'd have to have your consent before.
Of course. Because of that agreement we made.
Or not.
My question is can we link Catalina's mind? Is there some sort of block against that?
I mean,
Shouldn't be.
we haven't tried with a fae, have we?
Catalina, can I try to read your mind?
Go right ahead.
I tried.
You
It
can.
works. Okay, it works.
Okay.
So we should
Just
do that.
making sure.
But, Emma, when you do that, you would find that the way that you link minds has kind of already happened between Matthias and Catalina.
Oh, so if I link to one of them, I kind of link to another.
You link to both of them.
Okay, good to know.
Jane will take Emma's hand to ease the link between her and Emma.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we'll all link minds. It'll be easier. We can actually not talk out loud then. Do you think she can read minds if she concentrates, right? But we could all just talk in our minds until she realizes.
That's probably a good idea, because if she can read our minds, she'll probably hear all of our thoughts at once if we're linked like this.
And it would be confusing.
Anything we can do to keep her out?
Yeah.
I mean, I
Out of
know
her head?
Emma can make barriers.
I mean, it's not her strongest. Her ability to read minds is not her strongest ability anymore. Her ability to impede your thought process is.
Oh, I've messed with something that's tried to impede people's thought process before.
The way she'll do it
So
is when you do a challenge, you'll probably be taken to a different part of the labyrinth to do it.
Okay.
And in different parts of the labyrinth, she has varying levels of control and varying things she can do.
Okay.
The one that stays the same no matter where she is in the labyrinth is her ability to alter and poke at your brains, pretty much. She specializes in madness.
Oh boy.
We have a friend that does that too, kind of.
Kind of.
His is hysteria,
It's mania.
though. Like, yeah, it's so funny. I'm dying, kind of thing.
What?
But if we are, yeah, we have a friend who does that. Like, he can make you laugh hysterically, and like, you have no control over it.
What does he look like?
His name is
He's
Cades.
pink, and he's yeah.
Must be a different person then.
I mean,
He's
I
like
wouldn't put it
pink,
past
and
him
he's
to
like
use an alias.
He's like a butterfly too.
I wouldn't put it past if it was an alias, yeah.
It doesn't
he's
sound like it looks like him either.
Pricky little bugger, but
It doesn't sound like what?
Doesn't sound like it looks like him either.
it
Looks like who?
One of my
hates.
friends.
It doesn't sound like
They have abilities similar to the labyrinths.
Yeah. And I
They
know
were-
he's like connected to a plant guy. Like they're the
Plant guy.
yeah. Remember? God,
he,
what
like,
was his
created-
name?
You can create like different plants. It started with a
Yeah,
D, I
he
think.
Delavier,
created the cocoa
Delavier.
things.
Delavier.
Delavier.
Curiouser and curiouser.
Hey! That's from.
Small world.
Why is it curious?
Not my story to tell, I'm afraid. But it might interest you to know that your friend has very, very similar powers to the labyrinth because they were born of the same kin.
Oh. Interesting.
Oh.
You mean the labyrinth is a fae?
Her original name was Phi. She doesn't go by that anymore.
What does she go by? The labyrinth?
The labyrinth. She's a different sort of fae than she was originally, too. Her sense of self completely changed.
Is she still connected to the tangle?
Yes?
Oh, that means she can sense us. Oh boy.
It also means our magic will work on her.
And her magic will work on us.
She's much
Made it with
stronger.
anyway.
She's much stronger than your normal fae now.
Oh boy.
We need to get rid of the blue heart weapons that we took from the house.
Why?
They're gonna be faulty, of course. She wouldn't give us weapons. That's just stupid. So we need to stick with ours.
We can main our own, but I think we should still have them.
Marzipan, what do you know of the weapons she gives out to be faulty?
It depends. Usually she doesn't put anything up for sale that would put competitors in immediate danger. But she might not be entirely honest about what they're supposed to do.
Oh boy.
Would you be willing to examine them, or
I'm afraid magic items are not my specialty.
Well, my arrow, even if it doesn't do exactly what it says, is pretty harmless that I got. She said it's just a tracking one, so.
I don't know. It gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
like
gonna
it
get rid
either.
of mine.
Yes, well, I wish you luck in your goal.
Thank you for the information.
If you have any other questions, I'd ask them now. It doesn't have to be about the labyrinth. But your time is probably running short.
What time did you enter the labyrinth?
The same time that I did.
How does she cheat?
Make sure your thought process isn't clear. She'll affect you with her magic. And considering that many of her trials are puzzles to boggle the mind.
Ooh, puzzles. I always enjoyed doing those. I don't think I will after this.
I don't think it would be very helpful then.
I don't know, you have more knowledge of other things that some of us don't have knowledge about. But you could say you have more wisdom than the rest of, at least me.
As you guys are talking, which one of you took the number slip?
Took the what?
The number slip that came in, the number with 3 on it?
Pretty sure that was Mattie.
Okay, Mattie, in your back pocket something starts to vibrate.
Guys, I think it's our time.
Oh boy.
Oh god.
Our table is ready.
Finally.
Everybody know what
We've been waiting forever. This restaurant has terrible service.
Oh, don't go on Karen on us, Jane.
I'm sorry, but
yeah, Jane.
We're kind of in a rush. We need to save your son.
We're kind of in a rush. Could you give us the bill, please?
I would like to speak to the Labyrinth's manager. Thank you for talking to us. We should probably go.
No, we don't want to talk to them. We don't want to talk to them.
Thank you for the advice.
I'm going to call corporate.
I think she is corporate and the manager.
I am the manager. Oh, really?
And you guys walk out the front door, right?
If that's the door,
you guys don't dive out a window, I'm assuming. You go out the front door.
Okay.
No, that Crystal Lake is looking pretty good right now.
Actually, that's what I was thinking too.
Go out the back?
Yes.
Well, as soon as you open any door, it doesn't have to be the front one.
Thank you.
You step through and find yourself in a empty stone room with a slab on it and a unconscious, a very pale man on the slab. There are indents in the walls with little plaques underneath them with writing.
Oh, this is a dissection.
And there is a jagged, mean-looking knife on a sort of stand by the unconscious man.
I don't like where this is going. I don't like that.
I don't like the knife near that. Jane is gonna try to read the emotion.
Oh, we're going to have
Hello.
to
You hear a voice echo through the room. Can you hear
Do
me?
your thing.
Yeah, we can hear you.
This is part 1 of your 2-part challenge.
I immediately link minds of everyone.
This first part will have you be, well, trying to get out of this room.
I link minds with
Ooh,
everyone.
it's like an escape room. This is great, you guys.
Once you successfully escape, well, you will be taken to the second part of your trial. Oh, but do beware. Failure to solve any of the puzzles in this room, well, I'll let you find out.
I've mind linked with everyone, and we're now talking telepathically.
Okay, I will assume from now on unless you specify that you were talking in your head.
Okay.
I'd like to go up to him and...
There's a pulse. It's really faint.
Jane would like to try to read his thoughts. I mean, his emotions, not his thoughts.
There are none.
Okay, because he's unconscious.
Yeah.
Jane is going to examine the knife. Can I roll investigation?
Sure, you guys can do whatever you want. So you're examining the knife that's above him.
You said there's things on the walls?
Yes, there are indents in the walls with plaques underneath them.
And what did the plaques say? Are they organs?
There are 4 of them. One says, "I am something everyone tends to overlook, no matter how careful he is. What am I?"
Oh, these are going to be organs, aren't they?
The next one is, "I have 3 letters."
What everyone tends to overlook.
I'm something everyone overlooks.
No matter how careful he is.
Okay. And then the second one?
What are 10 things you can always count on?
Fingers.
Ha! That was a good one!
Yeah, that was a good one.
The first one is the nose. The first one is the nose. Obviously, you overlook the nose.
Ah,
I
that's
have
good.
3 letters. Read the same forward and backwards. What am I?
Could you repeat that?
I have 3 letters. Read the same forward and backwards. What am I?
Oh yeah, I.
And the 4th one is 30 white horses on a red hill. First they champ, then they stamp, then they stand still. What am I?
Oh, I've heard something similar to that before.
Horses. I've heard all of these before. In real life. Yeah. 30 white horses on a hill. Stamp. Those are teeth. Is there any chalk or anything around?
On the, what did you roll for your investigation check, Jane?
12.
Okay. Are you adding anything to that? Or are you just keeping it at 12 so you can get one clue?
I'm gonna add the woman's intuition because I want to check something with magic.
Okay, so
I have 2 questions.
Okay, what are you asking me?
I want to examine the knife and see if it's like enchanted in any way.
It looks to be a very jagged knife, but on and carved into the metal is just a simple word, take.
Oh no.
Obviously everyone hears like this because she's thinking this. And
what's the second question?
So,
oh boy. It's oof. I wanna. What do you guys think we should ask?
So 1 eye, 10 fingers, 1 nose, and 30 teeth.
Do you think we have to take the stuff from the body?
I mean,
She never said we have to take it from the body. I mean,
do you want us to shove our own appendages?
No.
Holes?
We can just create glowing appendages. Didn't have to be real ones.
Or
that was nowhere in the rules.
Mattie, you've taken like medical classes, right? Can you tell me how these things like actually work? What's inside of them?
As Hazel is here, and if Mattie can't, Hazel can in much more detail.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm like trying to be a nurse. I could give you a pretty good anatomy lesson, but beyond that, I'm pretty stumped.
I can give you the chemical breakdown.
Awesome. The teeth should be pretty easy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Hazel will list out the stuff that the body part's made of. Emma, do you want to make the stuff?
Yes. I will try.
So you're gonna make this these.
Jane is going to take her coat off, huddle around around Emma so no one can see.
It's the labyrinth. We're in the labyrinth. You can see.
So you make these body part facsimiles.
And put them in their respective spots.
Okay. Sorry, I'm doing some math in my head.
Oh god.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Yum.
Emma,
Oh god.
you're gonna take a status no matter what,
Oh god.
but I'm gonna have you roll me a take the risk to see how bad it is.
I can add things on, right?
Yeah, it's a take the risk.
Well, I rolled a 5.
No.
Okay.
I can use girl as a distraction so the labyrinth is paying attention to something else. Memories pass it on because I'm using telepathy and, using Hazel's memories to work on how to do it. That's already 4 more, so that's already 9.
Unfortunately, the squirrel one won't work here.
Okay. Then I'd add want to learn because I really, really, really want to learn about how this stuff is done. That's 4 again. Then
So you're at
I
9
can
right
use
now?
yeah. I can use powers long forgotten. Or stand up to authority. Either of those works. She is an authority figure after all. The labyrinth.
If you do that, I'm going to invoke the weakness in over your
What if
head.
I use both powers long forgotten and
how are you using powers long forgotten in this instance?
well, I'm using my powers to create the thing, yes?
Powers long forgotten, the specific purpose of that tag is not to do something you already can do.
Well, I've never created teeth before.
You have
Or
never created
eyes.
teeth before, so this is like
Or fingers.
powers long forgotten. You're doing organic material, which is a little
Yeah.
different than like stuff you've done before.
Specifically human organic material. Never done that before.
Can you read me your weaknesses? My handwriting is terrible.
Oh god. With the memories and mental ones, there's the emotional disruptions. You know what that means.
Yeah. You don't need to explain them.
It's a creation one. I don't really want to destroy what I create. They kind of stay around, and I, can't create things that I don't know how to make chemically and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
With the one that's like want to learn, it's alcohol's a bitch, but there's no alcohol around.
There's no alcohol here, so you're good.
Oh, what fun.
Okay, so it's a 10. I won't give you an ultimatum. You do, however, take some statuses. Because that was unavoidable. This is just to see how bad it was, because it could have easily gotten to a 5 or higher.
Oh, God. Okay,
because every time you put down one of your fake body parts on these little statues, you take the status feeling blue 2.
Oh, boy.
Luckily, with the take the risk, you're pretty smart. So you manage to
Jane just
realize that, oh, this is doing something to me, and kind of stop after the second one. You're still not doing great.
Can Jane just shove a bunch of positive emotion into her real quick?
It is not an emotional status.
Oh.
Is she literally blue?
Am I literally?
You notice around your lips, it's starting to tinge blue.
So she's cold.
Is it like sucking the life force out of me?
And looks a little paler, and your eyes are starting to get a little bloodshot.
Are you breathing okay?
Is it tough for me to breathe?
You now have a total status of feeling blue 4.
Oh,
It is hard to move, to do anything.
I'm feeling a
It'd be so easy to just go to sleep. Sit down.
I'm tired right now.
Relax.
Are you feeling lightheaded?
Yes.
Matthias, give her a hug. She's cold.
Don't think it's cold. I think she's this looks like altitude sickness more than being cold.
Hazel goes over and does her touches you to get a diagnosis. It's poison.
Oh.
Usually I'd be able to heal it, but I need to know the specific poison because it's not one from my world.
Guys, we got the favors.
Yeah. Can I rummage through the stuff that I was given?
You picked out a poison, didn't you?
Yep.
I had another one too.
You guys got a healing poultice from the circus. And you got a poison that increased adrenaline for a short while before paralyzing someone.
Okay, and then I got 2 poisons, yeah. So
And
she's
you got the
poisoned?
second one
Can
that
I
Nikashi
just
gave
feed-
you.
Can I feed her some ambrosia?
Yeah, you give her some ambrosia, but nothing happens.
Still feeling bad. Well, I was the one who's been placing them, and I placed 2 of them down, right? If I'm at 4 right now. I placed 2 out of the 4 answers down, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But nothing happened when you put them down besides you feeling sicker and sicker.
Can I change the game?
What would you like to do to change the game?
I'd like to try to heal Emma with all of my abilities.
In this specific instance, none of your healing abilities are going to do anything here.
Okay.
So,
Magic poison.
Or could I maybe have been looking around at the poisons in his shop and seen something that would have done something similar?
You have no idea what this is. You know it's a poison because of what Hazel said, but you don't really know the in-depth effects of what it's doing to Emma anyway.
Can I, for the magic knife, I didn't use my second question. If I had used it, can I know what it would have done? Like,
it is just a knife.
The enchant. So I don't get to know what the enchantment would have done.
There's no enchantment on it. It's
it just says
just
take.
a knife with the word to take carved into it.
Okay, I thought it was, but it wasn't. So if it's not enchanted, can I have changed that question? I kind of thought it was.
No, no is an answer. So,
can someone else place these down?
If you want to try.
Don't know. It might still affect me, and I don't like that.
Remember what Labyrinth said.
No, stop. Don't just place stuff down.
If you don't solve every puzzle in this room, something bad happens.
Oh, we have to solve the other puzzles before we place these down.
Are there any other puzzles around the room?
We're gonna have to figure them out. I mean, they're not.
I don't know. Only Jane's rolled an investigation check, and that was just on those knives.
Can I roll another? Well, no. I'll let someone else roll.
Here, I will reminisce back to when the Labyrinth said that. Every puzzle in this room. I would like to specifically look for other puzzles.
Okay.
That's not great. That's just 4.
Oh boy.
4. Okay, I can do this. I got this.
How are we doing?
Must set a good example. Oh, nope, that's a weakness. I'm reading from the wrong stuff. Give me a second. Fatherly instincts. I know what to look for in a dicey situation. And unyielding determination. This is all to get to Ezekiel. So that gets me up to 6. I need one more. Sleep is for the weak. I always feel well rested and aware. 7.
Lies and slander. You're exhausted. You've been carrying around a heavy rock all day. It was challenging for even your superhuman
Stand up to authority.
Yeah, stand up to authority.
In over your head. You want to take that weakness?
In over your head weakness?
No.
Someone here already has a fade.
Okay, mark a fade.
I'm going to help you, Matthias.
You want to use a help point?
Yes.
How many fades do you have currently?
I have 2 fades.
One more.
So you're at 8.
Yeah.
I have 2 health points I could use.
If you want to get him up to a 10, that would be very safe.
Yeah, I feel like it's better because.
I think I'll use the 2
Do you
health
have anything
points
else you
then.
can add though, Kat?
7 to 9 is vague, exposes you to danger, or if it's asked to a person, they get to ask you a question back on the same terms.
Do you have anything else that would work?
Matthias
No,
is not built for investigation.
Alright, then I give him 2 health points.
Mark off those help points.
I just did.
Okay, so you're up to a solid 10. You have,
Yeah.
how many points was that total to add?
So I started with a 4, so we added 6.
Oh, so you have a lot of help points. So, a lot of questions.
Do I see any sign of other puzzles?
You search around the room for a little while. But there are only a couple things that can be interacted with in the room. There is this body, there's the pedestal underneath the body, and there are the 4 indents and the plaques, as well as the knife.
See if there's anything on the pedestal.
Yeah. Is there anything on the pedestal underneath the body?
Underneath the body, you want to move it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you kind of lift up the body and look underneath it, test if anything's there. No.
Is the guy wearing clothes?
Yeah, basic, like, traveler's tunics.
Does he have pockets?
Yeah.
I want to search his pockets.
You fish through his pockets, you find 3 crowns.
You're looting a body?
I put them back down on the table. Oh God. That means this is like a real person, guys.
Jane voices up. We can try to wake him up and ask him. Maybe he's part of the puzzles.
Maybe
I'd
he
like
is
to
a
look
riddle.
at the ceiling.
You wouldn't be able to reach it, but it does have a weird pattern on it.
Wonder.
Jane is probably light enough.
So-
to lift, or maybe Aron.
Aaron, can you make me a stick? How long do I want this one?
Like a ladder to get up to a high place?
Oh, a ladder would work too.
How about both? I could probably do both.
No, a ladder's fine.
Okay, how tall? Like, how tall is this? Would it like a stepping stool be enough, or we need like a proper ladder?
You need a real ladder.
Okay, I make a glowing ladder.
Does a ladder count as a long stick?
Not unless you broke it up.
There are 2 long sticks on the side, though.
And a bunch of
and
tiny
then-
sticks. Technically, it is a bunch of sticks if you think about it. Everything sticks if you think about it.
Everything sticks if you think about it. Okay.
Well, yeah, we're
Do
just
we
like,
have
we're
to
just
say
like-
Matthias,
answers out
what are
loud?
you doing with this ladder?
I would like to climb lean it against the wall and climb the ladder.
Are you investigating the ceiling now?
Yes. What is on the ceiling?
There is, you poke around on it and you hit something in the ceiling that feels like a loose panel.
Oh boy.
And you you push inward and then it pushes up and you push it over and you feel around and there's a small space. Probably about a foot in length above you.
I'm going in, and I will just.
It's not big enough to fit you.
I just want to like pull myself.
But you look
up
around
so I
and
can-
your natural flashlight of a body illuminates the area. And you see there is a couple small vials in this room, and there's a description on the front of it that says, "Feed me."
Take
Says
and
what?
Feed me.
Feed me, with a couple small glass vials.
This reminds me of Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, me too. Matthias, can you get up there and get those vials? Or?
Yeah, I'll take the vials down.
Can I try saying the answers to the riddles out loud? Because we have yet to do that
You say them out loud, nothing happens.
in front of each pedestal.
Always good, just in case.
I also want to remember in what order the vials were sitting there.
Oh, they do all look a little different.
Okay. Still want to remember.
Yeah, one is green and smaller. One is red and thin. And the third is purple and shaped like a skull.
Wait, green, small, red, and thin, and purple.
Green, red, purple. Wait, that's wrong.
Red and thin.
No, green, red, purple. You got
Green,
that
red,
right.
purple. Okay.
Purple skull.
Anything else on the ceiling?
Nope.
Okay.
So you do
I'll try
notice
myself.
you're examining the feed me. It's not carved into the wall like the plaques down there. It is written in a dried red liquid that you'd probably be able to ascertain is blood.
Can we make blood?
Are
Hazel?
these poison?
I'm gonna like shout up into the little thing and be like, "Is there anyone in here?"
You see all the walls. It's not that long. It's a box.
I'm gonna knock on the side of the box.
Do we have
If
to
it's
feed
hollow.
the potion
It's not
thing?
hollow.
Do we have to feed the unconscious person the potion thing?
There's nothing in the vials. There's no
Oh,
liquid.
they're empty.
So feed the vials.
So we have to take blood and put them in there, right?
What?
Oh,
Wouldn't it
thin
be
one is blood? Obviously.
okay? But we gotta think about it. One is green and small, and then this one is red and thin, and then that one is purple and shaped like a skull. Those have to be of significance.
What if the red one is blood,
Red
the
and thin
purple one is
vein.
poison, and the green one is a
Can you mix poison out of me and into there? Actually, does the conscious man in front of us have the same sort of what's it called? Symptoms as I do? Except they're unconscious. Like
No,
sort of?
he looks normal. He's just unconscious.
Should we try to wake him up?
I mean, you guys have been going through his stuff, picking him up, putting him down, shaking him all around.
I mean, we didn't cut into him and take his body parts, though, so that's got to get us a plus.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyone got smelling salts or something?
Nope.
That's the only way we're gonna wake this guy up.
Well,
Jane
I mean,
is gonna
that's
pick
what
up
I
the
think
knife.
has Adrenaline inducing.
Jane is gonna cautiously pick up the knife.
Okay, you are holding the take knife.
So I think this is another puzzle. We probably have to take something with the knife, as in like
We have to
I
take
don't know, but
I feel like that
a
part is
life, but I don't.
take his body parts and put them into holes. But I feel like there's more. There has to be
Yeah,
something else,
but-
especially with the vials.
The vials say feed me, and then everything else has a
No, the
something
vials
that's
don't say
there-
feed me. It's the container, the box up top that says feed me in blood.
Yeah.
But like
So we put stuff in the vial and we put it back up there.
maybe, but because I'm thinking if the vials are a part of this, then this knife is probably like, even though it's taking the body parts, I see that, but like.
Is there anything on the ground?
Instagram.
Okay.
You have discovered everything in this room
All right.
that there is to find. You have all the puzzle pieces.
Oh boy.
So what do we have? We have the 3 vials. We have 1 green one,
feed
1
me
red
room.
one, 1 purple one.
How many
Feed me.
The green one is small. The knife says take. Well, you took the knife already, so.
And we just kind of assumed that the answers to those riddles were body parts, but could they be something else?
Kind of makes sense though that they're.
It does, because she would have provided everything we needed in the room to solve the puzzles.
And she did.
Yeah.
A body. I'm surprised she assumed we'd kill him because, like, seriously.
This is still a journal.
We're having this conversation completely in our head.
Honestly, I think she's gonna be really irritated that we didn't kill him, but.
Oh,
No,
really?
no.
Maybe I'm
We're
poisoned
probably
because
going
he's
to have to
irritated.
kill him.
Anyway.
Talked about how it tests our morals, and probably going to have to end this man's life.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So do we
First-
want? I don't know. I kind of want to wake him up. I don't know if you've gotten that, but
We can't. Like, we tried. We did. I picked him up and flopped him all around.
Can I try seeing if he's got,
Hazel,
like,
can
a
you
mind
examine
pattern
him?
of an unconscious person?
He's not thinking any thoughts.
Hazel, can you take a look at him?
Yeah, but unconscious people still have, like, a subconscious, you know?
Not thinking any thoughts.
Okay.
Can I test his, like, reflexes and, like, take something shiny from Aron and check, like, pupil dilation and stuff like that? See
Sure,
if he's, like,
he's-
brain dead?
He's just unconscious.
Oh boy.
And will Hazel come to the same conclusion that he's unconscious?
She does.
What goes in the vials?
Different things, I'd assume.
Red and thin makes sense for blood.
But
Green and
skull?
smaller.
Can you use a question to ask that?
Or we could just make, no.
Yeah, can I... Is there any way to ascertain what is supposed to go into these vials?
All the clues are sort of in front of you. But you would kind of get an inkling in the back of your head that there is only one clue to go along with all three of these vials. Maybe some of them are red herrings.
Oh.
We need to feed it something. So maybe
We
it
give it
only
food.
wants one. It is blood up there, so maybe it wants blood. You want to straight up just give this thing food?
Worth a try.
I mean,
Do we
can
have
try.
food on us?
I mean, Emma knows how to make marshmallows.
Yeah, I made marshmallows last time. Can I just set some marshmallows up there?
You do.
Okay.
And Emma.
Oh my god.
Emma.
Oh
Why
god.
do you keep doing this?
Oh no, that'll take her to.
Why don't you roll me another take the risk?
Why did she do it? Because I should have put the next one down.
She's always the first one to be like, I'm gonna do this. And Emma, you have a -4?
She has 4, so if she gets another one, she'll.
Your last roll happened to be a take the risk. You can't use any of the same tags you did last time.
I should have investigated. Really?
This is all on you. I gave you the example of what happens when you solve a riddle.
I put a marshmallow in there.
No. Alright. What ones did I use? Well, I
Roll your
used creation
2d6s.
last time.
Roll your
I did.
2d6s.
We got a 7.
You got a 7? Minus 4?
3.
Anyone got help points to help Emma? Got anything you can add?
Aron, do you have any help points?
3.
Um,
I'm a straight up die. It's cool though. It's fine.
no, unfortunately.
It's
You got anything you can add?
fine.
Use your imagination. Come on.
Well, I used Powers on Forgotten last time. Didn't I?
Wait, hold on. If
You used that and stand up to authority last time.
Wait, I have an idea. If we
Did you put a weakness on that? I think you did, right?
Yeah, I think I did. You might want to mark that down. Attention, if you took it.
Well, I still can't use distraction.
Convince me.
Come on, you can do it. Be
Party,
creative.
help her. Use your creative mind. You're all very creative people. I believe
What's
in
the
you.
tag? What's the tag you want to use?
Distraction. That's it.
Is that the only thing you think you can add?
The taste of the delicious marshmallows have distracted the feed me with their fluffiness from another dimension.
Yes, the idea that marshmallows are food.
Sure.
Surprise.
Or
You're
just,
at a 4.
or just other dimensional things being distracting enough.
You need 3 more to get it back up to a 7.
There's a lot of marshmallows, and it's really interested.
They're your other tags.
Oh, here's this. Dealing with competition. We're currently doing a little competition thing right now, and maybe I want to do better than Jerry.
You are, and you're doing not great, but you're trying your best.
At least I'm trying to do something.
5.
Else holding a knife. Then how about I can sense you? So I'm gonna use, my awareness of everybody around me. So if I face them, they can catch me.
6. One more and it won't be a hard fail. I'll still have to give you a hard bargain or an ugly choice.
About calm emotions. I know how to keep calm in dangerous situations like this because I've had to keep calm a lot.
Okay, I can follow that. But is that all you can add?
Yeah, history and sewing don't really match up. So the history of the marshmallow. I know the history of a marshmallow.
No. You know the history of what happens when you put stuff down.
Oh yeah, I do.
It's prepared
I'm
for
still
it.
an 8.
This.
I'm still an 8. I'm still gonna have to offer you a hard bargain or an ugly choice.
Oh God.
So, take the risk. A score of 7 and 9 simply means you pushed through despite complications and suffered one consequence to mitigate another. So, my hard bargain for you is either you black out, you go to 5, or you burn all the tags on one card.
Oh, on one card.
And you can only recover 1 per montage.
It's your choice.
Sure, I'll burn all the power tags on one card.
Which card?
The frenemies one.
Okay. All of those tags are burned.
Okay.
Fill in the little flame thing on the side to be erased in future. They cannot be used.
I figured. I'm just gonna sit down. I'm not gonna
and you start feeling dizzy.
Anymore. I'm gonna lie down.
You still at 4?
For a bit. Yeah. Marshmallows are not the answer.
I think you guys know what the answers to these riddles are and are just avoiding them.
We don't want to freaking cut off an unconscious person. Why would we want to do that?
Is Ezekiel worth it?
Matthias shakily picks up the knife that says take.
I look away.
Actually, I'm holding the knife. Thank you.
I take it from you.
No.
Ooh.
Give it here.
Matthias?
What else are we gonna do? We were told to get over our aversion to blood for a reason.
At this point, a voice chimes in from everywhere, nowhere at once. Oh, I forgot to mention there's a time limit. You're almost out of it.
Oh, I swear.
I snatched.
She gives it to
I
Hazel.
snatched the knife.
She gives it to Hazel because she wants it to be quick and clean.
Okay, so we need blood in here, and I'll put it in there, and then we start removing body parts. It's like surgery. Think of it like a transplant surgery. I look away.
Hazel looks
Now-
like dealing with this. But she's going to take the knife, but she's going to put one hand on him, and she's going to gesture for the vials to be handed over.
I'll hand them to her.
She's going to make a very small incision in a vein, and just squeeze the blood into a vial. She's going to put the cork back on it and hand it over. And
Do
she's
we put
going to
it
look.
back?
Do you?
Aron, put these back.
I'm sorry.
Put them back up there on the ladder,
Dang.
and then I turn back to her. What do you need from me? Apparently, we need to fingers, teeth, nose, eye.
A knife isn't really a tool for most of those things to be taken off with.
I'm gonna turn to Aron. I'll trade you. Give her some scalpels, and I'm gonna take the vials back and go up the ladder.
And she will actually describe to you, Aron, the specific tools she would need, like a series of medical tools, pliers for pulling teeth.
Jane will cautiously pick up the body parts that Emma created.
Oh, nope, so much nope. The sheer amount of nope is
To
unreal.
share in the comments, Celina just typed, use a melon baller. Assumably for the eyeball.
Yes.
Y'all know that Mari would have done this riddle easily.
The two
Oh,
people
okay.
who are
That's
not
funny.
in the line now.
The two people who are not in the labyrinth would have been like, oh yeah, let's do this. We're gonna win.
The sheer amount of nope is unreal.
No.
But Hazel will pretty much request that, like, if you don't want to see blood, you turn away.
I don't want to
I
be a
turn
part
away.
of this.
It doesn't help the sound.
I'm making blown earmuffs. I'm trying to forget that all of
Yeah.
you exist.
Of squelching flesh
Oh.
Matthias does his best to assist.
and dripping blood. But Hazel kind of stops the blood flow almost immediately with her abilities. Like,
As
she'll cut something out, and the wound will heal over its
Jane is
skin.
going to be trying to help Hazel heal him to make sure he doesn't actually die.
Mattie will be being a good little scrub nurse, being like,
Okay, this is.
scalpel.
It's not really
Forceps.
it's not like
being in a doctor's office with a regimented surgery going on. This is not great to watch. The knife it's not clean cut, it's jagged. It's mean looking.
I'll just monitor his pulse, and if he ever goes down, I'll start CPR.
Yeah. But eventually collected the bloody stumps and dangling eyeball. Veins.
Jane throws up. Jane throws up.
I'm in the corner. I can't hear or see any of this. I hate all of you.
I hope you handed one of those earmuffs to me.
Oh, I made them. I did not. Nobody asked, so I didn't even acknowledge that.
10 fingers, 30 feet, 1 eye, 1 nose. And Hazel will put them down. Nothing seems to happen to her. And then once all 4 of the items are placed, there is a rumbling, and the pedestal that this man is sitting on moves to the side.
Celina, stop it in the chat!
For listeners, Celina is typing in the
incredibly cursed font.
yummy and forbidden snack.
But there's a staircase leading down into depths yet unknown.
Oh god.
And as you guys walk down this staircase, you pull away from our group to a letter being carefully written by an aged hand. To whom this may concern. Perhaps my concerns were unfounded, but I highly doubt that with what I've witnessed here today. It is of my greatest worry that with the new players who have dealt with our fragile peace with iron gloves, that our peace will not hold for much longer. There have been worrying reports from the barrier as well as the eastern border. It might soon fall on us to begin making larger moves to maintain our tentative peace. I would suggest, again, sending agents to dispatch the new threats, but I don't want to know what could happen if we mess with destiny like that. So instead, it is my suggestion to observe the threats and use isolation and containment protocols if and when they step out of line egregiously, that it can no longer be ignored. From our previous dealings, I would suggest sending agents trained in Orikar protocols or Fey containment and capture protocols preferably. Fey containment protocols work particularly well in our own experience. For now, I would send all key agents to the barrier required for them, and call as many shadowlings as you can manage on the way there. That should be your first and foremost priority if we want to avoid an invasion like so many years ago, with the observation and eventual capture of dangerous assets as a secondary or tertiary focus. Previous testing has showed the new assets to be violent and dangerous when provoked, and capable of highly intelligent planning. I'd deal with each one as a unique entity. In other news, there has been recent movement from our escaped Fae, Silvertongue, as it has taken to call itself. As forces we're aware of, he still hasn't left his nest, but is gathering those allies he has and following our new threats in a similar manner to our own plans. Unfortunately, its previous shielding is still in place, and as always, it is cautious and playing its cards close to its chest. I suggest keeping a close eye out on the Mirror Groves and people coming and going from that area. Sincerely, well, you know. And with that, episode 16 of Kingmakers Countdown comes to a close. I've been your Master of Ceremonies, and we will see you all next time.